All right. Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for tuning in today. Today, we are celebrating the No Code Day. It's 11th of March. And, we'll be starting with the main agenda soon. But today at Ajackus, we are celebrating this day. And we thought that, today is the great opportunity to talk about low code and no code events. Why not empower all the business owners and agencies and so on? So let's start. I've let people join in, but meanwhile, let's start with the agenda for today's event. So we'll start with introducing our speakers. We will then discuss the problems that founders and agencies face. Then we'll move on to introducing what low code, no code platforms are. And then we have some use cases and case studies for you all to better understand these low code, no code platforms. And we have a checklist for you all to basically first of all see and kind of compare basically a checklist before you make that switch to low code no code platforms. And then we have the most exciting part of the event, that is the hands-on session on how to build a crm on a low code no code platform. And then we will close with discussing a little bit about us and a Q&A session for you all. But feel free to ask any questions in the comment section below, and we'll take that up whenever we can. But let's move on to the speakers for tonight. So, I'm your host for the evening. I am Himanshi, and I have 6 years of experience in sales and marketing. And I take care of growth at Ajackus, and I am based in India. Our second speaker for tonight is Rahil Parkar, who is an engineering manager at Ajackus. He has, yes, Rahil is saying hi, a quick wave for you all. He has a decade experience and he's based in Dubai. He's amazing at managing engineering teams. So he's a great person to reach out to any technical questions that you might have for him. And last but not the least, we have the co-founder and CTO of Ajackus, that is Rahul Jain. And he has 13 plus years of experience in Ajackus, and another member apart from our founder who has built the whole organization. So, yeah, moving on. So I'll briefly talk about who we are at Ajackus. So we specialize in building customized technology solutions which are tailored to your specific needs. And we are the official partners to some of the very popular low code no code platforms as well. We'll discuss that in the next few slides, so hold on to that. But from optimizing operations and healthcare to real estate and many more industries, we have served 300 plus clients so far. So we have been in the business for 12 plus years now, and globally we have served 20 plus countries across multiple continents as well. So um, let's now first of all discuss, before even moving towards what local no code platforms are. I think it's very important for all of us to understand that what are the problems pertaining in this space. So the number one problem which is associated with traditional software development is that it takes a lot of time, right? So developing custom software through traditional methods is a very time consuming process because it involves planning, it involves coding, testing, debugging. There are various phases involved which can significantly extend the development pipeline. So if you are looking for a solution like very quickly, probably software development is not for you. Number two is, of course, there are substantial financial investment involved in this, and which, I mean, hiring skilled developers is a no joke, right? Purchasing licenses and development tools and so on. So if you're someone who is working on limited budgets, if you are just starting new, building a startup of your own just right now, probably these expenses are something that you should look out for. Number three is that they're highly complex, right? So it requires a lot of expertise in the tech space. So if you're someone who is not very much aware with the intricacies of these programming languages and frameworks and development methodologies and so on, probably you would be, I mean, software development is something that you should not opt for, and rather you can switch to low code, no code platforms. Then number four is, again, it requires technical expertise. So of course, whenever you are communicating your expectations to, say, a developer or even like third party support systems, it requires that expertise. So if you don't have that expertise, it might result in a lot of misalignment and in the expectations and the results as well. So, to address this, first of all, I would like to ask all of you that, coming from your experience, these problems that we just discussed, and feel free to just write down a number here. And if there is any other problem that you have faced so far in your business as an owner, as an agency, we would love to see your comments down there. All right, I'll move to the next slide. Meanwhile, by the way, we are not really throwing software development out of the window or off the table as well. What I'm saying is that if you're a founder and if you are looking for a solution, depending on what you want, low code, no code platforms with some level of customization could be the right fit for you. So it completely depends on what timeline you're looking at, what solution you're looking at. We'll cover some of these attributes soon. Okay. So just stay tuned. But in the last past, I would say 12 months, we have seen a very increased adoption of these platforms. Even the Gartner study, it says that low code app development tools will account for 70% of all the app development activity by 2025, and 70% is a huge number. I mean, who knows that this number might also be increased, right? But uh, to simplify, low code, no code platforms they are already built on coding languages, and they come with very minimal or no hand coding visual environments and drag and drop tools and pre built components and so on. So you can always manually code for any customizations, but these platforms empower a lot of users, including business analysts, marketing agencies, non technical founders, even technical founders. As a pioneer in the tech industries for 12 plus years, we still use a lot of no code platforms ourselves, right? But you can create applications with minimal technical expertise. But let's understand these platforms in detail with some use cases. Okay. Number one use case is of a real estate company. Now, this particular company wants to replace their old scheduling method and the process, which their current scheduling process involves Google Sheets and Service Titan. Now they're looking for a complete all-in-one solution. So they want to handle all their stakeholders' data in one place. They also want a smooth integration with the already existing tools that they are using, like Service Titan, Canva, DocuSign, and MailChimp. Now, this clearly is a case of workflow and process automation. So let's see which platform will be suitable for them. Okay. The platform that we think would be a great fit for them is Zoho Creator in this case. And I'll tell you why. Because their needs include scheduling, agent management, customer relationship management, workflow management, and reporting. Zoho Creator allows all of this in one place, right? It has integration capabilities. You can integrate with various third-party tools. Like in this case, Service Titan, Canva, DocuSign, and MailChimp. They can also automate their repetitive tasks and workflows as well, right, to improve the overall efficiency and also reduce manual effort. Uh, this platform is also very user friendly. Okay, so it has drag and drop functionality, which in this case the real estate company can use really well, and they can customize everything according to their requirements. But that being said, this is not the only platform, and we do have some alternatives. And number one is Microsoft Power Apps. Again, like a very popular low code, no code platform. But you can use this platform if you are using, if your ecosystem is already built on Microsoft. So that the integration is very smooth as compared to Zoho Creator, right? And even like the pricing is very much similar, right? Number two is Google App Sheets. And if you use Google Sheets as a data source, then Google App Sheet is a better option because, again, integration would be much smoother. Airtable would be preferable if you are using spreadsheets, for example, to manage your data currently, and your automation scope is limited, then Airtable is the best choice for you, right? Um, all right. Feel free to ask any questions in between, right, in the comment section. Let's move on to another use case, which is for a logistics company. Now, this company's requirement is that their current database is in AWS. Okay, so it contains a detailed shipment information. They currently get 100 plus orders per week. Now they require an app with shipment, including with all the data, the routes, the stops, the real time tracking, and they also want their customers to have that visibility and access, right? Now, this obviously is an app development requirement. Now, let's see what we have for them. So, number one platform that we recommend here is OutSystems. Number one reason, because it has this visual development environment and pre-built templates, which would be really well suited for this logistics company. So they can, build their own app. They can build a clean interface requiring the shipment details, the routes, the stops, and can also enhance their real time tracking as well. It integrates really well with the data sources, and in this case, they are using AWS, so a great option for them, right? And they can customize a lot of things here. OutSystems is amazing when it comes to extensive customization options. So you can tailor everything according to your need and your specific requirement. This platform now, currently they are getting 100 plus orders, right? Which is a lot, right? So OutSystems in particular is very scalable, so it can handle a lot many orders as they scale as well, right? um, Especially this company's requirement is that they want to keep everything very transparent with their customers, and OutSystems emphasizes a lot on user experience design, so we recommend OutSystems for this company. But that being said, let's talk about some other alternative platforms here, right? Number one is Microsoft Power Apps. Now, again, if you have a Microsoft ecosystem, then you can use Power Apps because the again integration would be very much smoother as compared to OutSystems. APN, on the other hand, is I would say an enterprise grade solution. So if you are it has a very strong integration and scalability capabilities as well. But when it comes to pricing, it's almost double the price than our system. So if you are a startup or a small business, then you should definitely not go for APN and go for a more economical option like our systems. But if you are an enterprise and you're looking for something scalable with those kind of capabilities, then APN is the solution for you. Number three is Mendix. Mendix emphasizes a lot on collaboration and custom applications. So if you're okay to have a steep learning curve, but you don't want to compromise on the customization, then Mendix is the platform for you. So it definitely like depends on what your requirements are, right? And accordingly, you can choose your platform. Okay. Now, let's look at another use case here. This one is for a toy company. Now, this company wants to facilitate their online shopping experience, manage inventory, process transactions. They currently get 300 plus orders per month, and they currently have 15 products in their portfolio. Okay. Now they want to ensure scalability even when they expand their portfolio to 20. Okay. They want to support the needs of online marketplaces like Amazon, eBay, Flipkart, and so on. Let's look at what platform can we recommend for this e-commerce and website builder requirement. Okay. Now, we in this case recommend Wix. And why? Because again, like they are looking for a scalable solution that even when they expand their portfolio, the solution should be all in one. So Wix is great for that. Plus, Wix, it comprises of it. It enables you to do multi-channel selling. So if you're a business and you are selling products in like multiple platforms, like for this particular requirement, then Wix is a great solution for you. Then it also involves and enables you to do customization, and it's very flexible when it comes to those editing, right? So if even if you want to build a unique online store, Wix is a great option for you. And it integrates really well with other third party apps and services. Like for example, in this case, this company would require payment processing and shipping and marketing, so it can do all of that in one place really well. Let's look at alternatives. Number one alternative is Webflow, okay? And Webflow actually allows users to design and customize every aspect of their website. So you can use a visual editor and CSS. So it's very well suited for designers and developers. So if you require, I would say, more control over the design and functionality of your website, then you should definitely go for Webflow and not Wix. Weebly, on the other hand, is known for its simplicity and ease of use. Okay, so if you're not looking for anything fancy and just want to have a basic website in place and also a more economical solution, you can go for Weebly. Number three alternative here in this category is Squarespace. Now, Squarespace, I would say, is ideal for individuals and small businesses who are looking for an easy to use platform with say like elegant designs and integrated e-commerce functionality. It's very adept in integrations as well. So another great alternative, right? Great. Now we have our last use case, which is an example of a data management requirement. Now, this research institute wants to organize and capture the data from various research projects, okay? And it also wants to allow different stakeholders to contribute their ideas, their data, analyze findings, and so on. They want to visualize this data as well, and they also want to customize workflows and automate a few repetitive tasks. Okay. Now, let's see what is an ideal solution for them. Now, here, Airtable, I'm sure you must have come across this name. It's a very popular low code, no code tool. And it allows you, it has a very flexible database structure, right, which can allow this particular institute to create custom data tables for each of their specific projects. Okay. This institute can also create custom views and filters and fields to organize and analyze this data. And this includes text, attachments, link, and all the checkboxes. It checks all the boxes basically, right? Airtable integrates really well with other third-party tools as well, such as like in this case, they would require mapping tools, they would require data visualization platform, project management software, and so on, right? They also talked about their need to automate a few tasks, so which Airtable can do very well. Okay, but let's look at other alternatives. Number one is in this category, in data management category, is Caspio. Now, if your business requirement is to build an app using custom database, then Caspio is a wonderful tool. Number two is QuickBase. Now, this I would say is an enterprise grade solution, highly scalable, very suitable for large organizations, right? It can handle very complex data models, something that Airtable can't handle, right? So, depends who you are and what your needs are. If you are an SMB or a startup, then definitely go for Airtable. But if you're looking for a solution, looking at your long term objective, you're looking for something scalable and you want to handle like very complex data, then QuickBase is the solution for you. Number three is FileMaker. Now, this one is an app builder. If you're looking for to build an app on top of your data, then FileMaker is the platform for you. If you require extensive customization options, probably more security functions, um, better than Airtable, and much more stronger integration capabilities, then FileMaker is a good choice for you. So yeah, these are like, we discussed some of the attributes here, right? That what are the things that you should look for, and we did this while discussing the use cases like ease of use and scalability and security, and the extent to which you want your solution to be customizable and flexible. But here we have basically combined all these attributes in one slide for you all. And this is a checklist of attributes that you should definitely keep in mind when you are making this switch and whenever you are evaluating any low code, no code platforms. So it completely depends on amongst these attributes, what are the top priority attributes for you, and what are the things that you are okay to customize on, compromise on. And yeah, that's how you can choose your low code, no code platform. That being said, would love to invite Rahil on stage here. And this is the most important and most exciting part of the session, which is the hands on session. And here, Rahil will take you all to, basically, we saw that, okay, low code, no code platforms are few alternatives to custom software development. But how can you also build your own CRM? And he will teach you all on how to do this via Airtable, another low-code, no-code platform. So, Rahil, over to you now.
Thank you, Himanshi, for walking us through those interesting use cases and discussing the various options that are available in the world of low-code, no-code platforms. So Himanshi talked about how low-code, no-code platforms are easy to use and have a comfortable learning curve. So let me lead you in a hands-on session on one of those platforms, that is Airtable. So I have a small use case here, which is let us build a very small CRM from scratch. So here I have my Airtable workspace where I will go ahead and just click start from scratch. So that has created a basic Airtable base for us. It automatically creates one table with some fields populated. Let's give a name to our base. Let us call it mini CRM. And now let me name this table to be the contacts table. As you know, the foundation of any CRM is a good contacts list, a contact master list. And there's an option to actually have a very meaningful name for what each record should be called. So if you are handling deals, if you're handling leads, if you're handling uh, payments, you can actually name your record in a meaningful way, and that gives you context immediately on what kind of data to expect here, even if you have multiple tables with different names. All right, let me start by editing this field, and I will call it the customer ID. And Airtable provides a very nice feature called the auto number, which means that it will automatically increment each customer as they get added to the database and give them a unique number. So you don't have to manage the headache of what ID to assign to a customer. So as you see here, the IDs have been automatically assigned. Let me rename this field here to the customer name, and let's just call it name for simplicity. It's going to be a single line. I will save that. Here, let me capture the customer's email, and Airtable already has email as a field type, which you can configure, which automatically comes in with the validations that you would need to capture an email. And let me just add one more column here, and I'm going to call this consent for communications. Now, this is going to be a simple checkbox. All right. So as you can see that, I'm going to type my name here, and I'm going to type my email right here. Now I am going to be sharing a link for you guys who are attending the session to actually send me your emails. But I know you will be wary of having your emails displayed in a webinar of this nature. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create one more field that I'm going to call the masked email. So I'm going to apply some formula. I'm going to use a formula field. I'm going to apply a formula that quite simply works on this email and masks it meaningfully to still show that, yes, this customer has an email that looks something like this. To start off, let me just have it as a copy of email. Now I have designed this fairly complex formula which took me about 10 minutes of trial and error and help from the Airtable documentation to build. And now that I have masked email, as you see, it's a formula that works directly on email. As you see, it has obscured how many characters are in my email, and the domain is also obscured. So now I can simply hide this field. So now for an end user who comes here and who doesn't have requisite permission, they can actually go in and see the emails. They just know that an email is captured and the vague shape of it will be visible to them. Great. Now let me create a form that will be used to capture this information of the customers who are coming to your platform. I'm going to give it a name like customer capture form. I can add a company logo here. I have saved a link to our company here, which I will add here. And with that, the company logo is now captured at the top of the form. And as you see, it has already figured out which are the fields that it needs to pick and place in the form. So it has made my life easy. I'm going to drag and drop and put that consent at the bottom. And I'm simply going to go ahead and publish the form. Now, anyone on the web should be able to access this form. And I'm going to copy this link, which I'll be sharing with Himanshi so she can share it with you on the LinkedIn chat. All right, now let us head back to the CRM again. Okay, we have built a form to capture information. We have built a contact list. Where does the automation come in? So let us build a simple automation here. As I go into this automation tab, I'm going to create a trigger. The trigger being whenever a new record is created, whenever the form gets an entry uh, that a new customer is now been added to the table. I'm going to select which table it works on, which is the contacts table. I'm going to choose a sample record, which was the one that I had created for my name. And I'm going to add an action that whenever this trigger, whenever there is a trigger of a record being created, I just want to send an email. All right. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to call this the welcome email. And what this should do is always send an email to. Well, here I get the list of all of the attributes from the table. I want this to send this email to the email of the customer with the subject being Thank you for reaching out to Ajackus. And I can type a quick message here. I can make it personal. I already have the customer's name, so I can say hello, and here from the list of attributes available, I'm going to say name. Thank you for reaching out to us to learn more about low code platforms. Our team will work with you to solve your challenges using Airtable or other low code platforms. I can end it with thanks from the Ajackus team. And you can also add some attachments. So if you have your company brochure or something like that that you want to uh, add to the email, you can do that right here. And with that, I'm going to just click on generate a preview. So I'd already selected that, yeah, show me a sample based on this data point that I've already created. So where you could see my name. So it's going to quickly generate a preview and show me right here what that email would look like when it goes to a customer. I think it's taking a couple of seconds here. Yep, there you go. All right, so it says that this is how an email would look. It would, have the email of the customer with the subject and the message, custom message I said with the name, making it a personalized email. Now, all I need to do is turn this automation on. One step that I did miss is, the consent for communication. So currently, every user or every customer would be getting an email. So I'm just going to create a conditional logic. Mention that only when the customer says that I have given you explicit consent for communication, that's when you send me an email. And I'm simply going to drag this uh, email action inside this group. So now we have completely configured our automation. Quick click of update. So the automation is now working. So let me just jump into this form and open this form once again and send it to another alternate email of mine and check the consent for communications and hit submit. This should send another email to my inbox, which if we check right here, has come through. So as you can see, I had changed my name slightly over here, and you were able to see that I was able to get a customized email welcoming me right after I submitted a form. So there you have it. In barely 10 minutes, we have started from scratch, built a small database, built a form on top of that table, and set up an automation that allows us to send a welcome mail to any new customer that reaches out to us through the website or through any other channel. You can embed this form into your website or share it as a link to your customers. So that's all we have. That's a wrap from the hands-on session. Let me now invite Rahul Jain to talk more about Ajackus and what we do in the space of low-code, no-code platforms.
Yeah, thank you, Rahil. Thank you, Himanshi, for sharing the insights. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in for the session today. I won't take much time of yours and would like to share some context on who we are and where we come from. Ajackus is a trusted technology partner for growth stage organizations worldwide. Through a client-centric approach, we have impacted several industries, and the teams that we have built have gone on to build products and solutions that has impacted half billion users. Now, with respect to low code and no code, I would like to highlight that we are partners with platforms like ServiceNow, Airtable, and Kissflow. Uh, and using this platform, we have built solutions like portfolio reports for private equity firms, ticketing systems for banks, CRM, asset management system, ATS, uh, so far. And as you see, we have our clients which are spread across continents, and we have been fortunate enough to work with varied clients from east to west across time zones. We have significantly contributed to many industries, especially real estate, healthcare, fintech, e-commerce, travel, and we are proud to state that 95% of the client relationship that we end up converting have always turned up into long-term partnership. I would say that I would urge you that it's don't just go by word, but what you can do is simply check our reviews or company reviews from our clients on this platform called Clutch, where you can go through all the detailed review. And in case if you require detailed vetting of our work, we can definitely facilitate you to connect with the clients for to get honest and feedback of the work that we have done so far for them. All right. Thank you so much again for your time. Yeah, I believe we are open for questions now.
We already have.
I can answer that question. That's a great question. Yes, you can generate these formulas using ChatGPT. The Airtable documentation is also uh, pretty potent, and you can use that to understand what formulas would serve the specific use case that you are targeting. In many ways, they're quite similar to Excel formulas if you have experience working with Excel. And the learning curve with Airtable is pretty simple, and setting up a formula of this nature, with my experience of working on Airtable for a couple years, was like 10 minutes to set up a complex formula of that nature. uh, on You will not need too many complex formulas because of the capability of Airtable with the different types of field it already supports. So the simple answer, yes, you can use ChatGPT and get answers to these formulas.
Thanks for answering that, Rahil. Yeah, guys, feel free to ask any questions. We have Rahil, we have Rahul here who can answer all the technical questions for you all. And if you would like to speak to us, you can see the QR code on the screen. Go ahead and scan that, visit our website, fill in the form with your information, and we are just an email or a call away for you all.